Hello and welcome to Blockchain Gaming World Daily with me, John Jordan. So the news we're looking at today is that Alien Worlds, the idle mining game on Wax, has raised $2 million by selling some of its tokens. Super weird headline from Cointelegraph even. Very generic. Number 2 gaming DApp. Why they capitalize it, goodness knows. Raises 2 million. So it's kind of correct, but kind of like, yeah, what? So we have Alien Worlds, which we'll go have a look at in a minute. Is a idle mining game on the Wax blockchain. It's actually from a company called Dacoco, who are based in Switzerland. They're not very well known, but they are have been pretty kind of been around for a while, a number of years. They've been working mainly on the EOS blockchain. They've done some pretty good technical work there. I think Alien Worlds is their kind of first game, at least on Wax, and it's been doing pretty well. They did, they launched it end of 2020. They did an airdrop. They did another private sale of the tokens, and they've been building since then. It is the second most popular blockchain game at the moment in terms of daily active unique wallets. The caveat there, I would say, with everything running on EOS and on Wax is a version of the EOS blockchain. I imagine an awful lot of bots are involved. So bots are just automated players, and because this is an idle game, so an idle game basically you wait around for a long time, and then you just press a button and get some more mine some more tokens. In this case, I imagine there are just loads of bots just mining all the tokens. So it means probably few human players and lots of bots mining this stuff out. So what's interesting, I guess, is the 2 million investment has come in what we call a sale of the token. So basically, these investors haven't bought shares in the company. They haven't bought shares in Dacoco. They've basically given them $2 million, and they've taken, they've got now millions of these tokens. One familiar name in terms of the investor, we have Animoca Brands, really well known, invested in pretty much every blockchain game that's out there, that's at scale. They're just kind of sort of throwing money at things, really, to be totally honest. Not a bad strategy at the moment when no one knows who's going to win. Longlin Capital, a Chinese company, and then some other groups of people kind of in blockchain, not particularly known as VCs. So kind of an interesting bag of people who have invested. What's interesting is they have invested and they got these tokens now. So the reason that they might like to do that is that they can, if the token price goes up, then obviously their investment has gone up. And although they're probably locked, they can't just sell their tokens at the moment. I would imagine if half decent lawyers have been involved, they basically have their tokens locked probably for a year, I would think. But they start selling them normally after a certain period of time has elapsed, and they can't sell them all at once. They would normally have what they call a tapered selling period, so they could sell maybe 20% and then another 20% and then another 20%, something like that. That's how I structure it anyway. But that's what's going on. Let's have a quick look at the game, and then we can also have a look at what's going on with the token. So the game itself is sort of at the moment, well, it's definitely not finished, and sort of a little bit dull. As I say, it's an idle game. I quite like idle games, but there's not a lot to do on this. So this is the interface. Should say that Dacoco are a pretty small team. They're more technical than kind of art driven, and they're not kind of game developers as far as I know. They're more like a technical team, technical blockchain team. So that's kind of why this is quite sparse. We can see here, in particular, this here Thunderdome. This is where you can do PvP, attacking other players. That's not live yet. That's a big feature to add. At the moment, you can do, if you have land. I don't have any land. Land is an NFT, so this has NFTs in. Obviously, pretty popular at the moment, NFTs. You can manage land, and you can sort of earn these tokens, these Trillium tokens, if you have land. You can also stake into into the land as well for sort of governance and inventory. But basically, you're mining. So the idea is you're mining. So it says next mining attempt in 000, so I can do some mining. So let's hit mine. This is my mining hub. So these are all NFTs that I own. These are just very cheap tools. And we can see they kind of all do different things. And this is where I'm mining. I can change the land if I want to, but let's hit mine. So it's an idle game, so nothing happens. Basically, I'm just mining away now, so it is mining in progress. So that's sort of it. And when this times out, then I will have mined some tokens, and then I can go and stake them if I want to, or I can go and use them and go and buy other NFTs. Let's have a quick look at the NFTs. So this is my inventory. So these are the ones we've seen, my equipment that I've got. Different rarities. I've just got super cheap ones. The shine thing is a way of burning. So in this case, I could consume. I've got 5 of these, so I could consume. I think you consume 4 and level up the 5th one. So I could do that, but it costs quite a lot of money. Avatars, just avatars. So I've just bought a different avatar. Doesn't change the game. I've got some weapons. I don't have any land. I don't have any artifacts. Have some minions. So the minions and the weapons are what are used in the Thunderdome, the fighting element, which isn't currently available. Okay, so that's the basic kind of run through. So there we go. I've done my mining, and now I can claim my my tokens. So I hit claim there. So just again, it's idle. So I'm just waiting. It's waiting to do a blockchain transaction. And it's going to go and get me my tokens. So a very small amount. There we go. So I've just mined 1 token in that period of time, and now you see I've got to wait like for almost 5 minutes to mine again. So you can see why this game would be easy to bot. And I think that's the reason it's so popular, because basically you just write a program that would just do this for you, and when this goes down to 0, it's going to hit mine, and then it's going to collect them, and then it's going to do it again. So if you're doing it that way, you're mining probably hundreds of Trillium a day. Obviously, if you're a human being, you can't be bothered to do that. But there we go. That's how these things are. Have a quick look at. So I'm going to look at an exchange now. So this is Alcor. This is an exchange running on the Wax blockchain. It actually runs on other EOS-based blockchains, but I'm looking at the Wax one. So the pair, obviously, I'm looking at is Wax and Trillium. It's not. Do I pronounce it Trillium? Actually, I don't know. TLM. It's Trillium, isn't it? This kind of stuff looks a bit complicated. So we can see here, this is people looking to sell, and this is people looking to buy, and there's obviously a difference of price here. So roughly 1 Trillium is 0.03 Wax. So we can see here, this is someone wants to sell 13.3 Trillium, and he wants 0.4 Wax for them. So this is where you can kind of start buying things. You can see here, this is showing the latest trading. So it's kind of a reasonable amount of trading going on, but it's a very small amount. So Wax is about, I don't know what it is, like 10 cents at the moment, maybe 20 cents, US cents. So we've got like this is small dollar amounts. This is not even it's not even $1 there. This is obviously showing the price here over the last day. Have a look at last week. Is it going to show that? No. So the price has sort of been going down. This is why at the moment, like having $2 million worth of these tokens is not very useful, because you can't sell them, because there's what we call very, very weak liquidity. There's not, if you wanted to sell like sell $1,000 or buy $1,000, you change the price a lot. Let's just show you how it works. So we could just let's say we're going to buy 50 of these. So I'm just going to hit that. Now I'm going to buy these. I'm going to pay 1.6 Wax. So I'm logged in. So I'm just going to sign it through my Wax wallet, my cloud wallet. And there we go. That's gone through. And now if we probably can't remember what we had here. And now my balance has gone up by that small amount. So if I wanted to, I could also sell. So I could say I'll sell. I haven't got 1,000 Trillium, so maybe I could just sell whatever I've got. I could sell 400 of my Trillium. I could sell, and the price would be, this is what this person he wants to buy, or he or she wants to buy, 1,500 Trillium at this price. So if I wanted to, I could just sell that, and then my token value will go down. So that's kind of how it all fits together. As I say, at the moment the game isn't very exciting. I mean, idle games tend not to be very exciting. Idle games are all about meta. The meta is like the big progression. At the moment, unless you have land, which is fairly expensive. Last time I looked, kind of $100 to buy a land. Let's have a look at the land, shall we? So I could. So here's I can choose different bits of land. Actually, I don't want to do that. I can change the planets. There's different planets that different people own. So you can kind of get an idea about how the meta would work. You're choosing different planets. Different planets have different things to mine. You can kind of choose that sort of stuff. So that's kind of where it's going to go. The Thunderdome is a pretty massive part of it as well, because at least that's interesting that you're fighting and people like to do kind of PvP. So it is. I do think it's interesting that they've raised $2 million, which is a fairly large sum of money. As I say, I think they're a good company with good technical expertise in blockchain. They can point to the fact that their game is growing, even if probably a lot of it is bots. They need to kind of bring these things together in a way that actually encourages real people to play and real people to invest. It's very hard to invest in a game with a lot of bots who basically are, because basically. They are going to have a lot of these. They're going to have a lot of the Trillium tokens because they're just botting them out. They're just farming it, and they're going to be selling it off for wax. So basically, you're kind of swapping. The problem in these kind of games is you end up swapping your good money, wax, for bad money, Trillium, which a whole bunch of bots are just mining out. So and then if you can't do anything with Trillium in the game to either have enjoyment or gain kind of value. Then the game economy explodes pretty quickly, and that happens with a lot of EOS games that I've noticed. Just because it's so easy to bot, then you end up the players end up swapping their good money for bad money, and they have a bad experience. So hopefully that won't happen for Alien Worlds, but that'll be this kind of something I'll be looking at. Hopefully the introduction of Thunderdome and PvP will bring this kind of a really strong new feature that will help the game scale and be more interesting. But we will wait and see. Anyway, thanks for watching the video. This is Blockchain Gaming World, where we spend our time playing blockchain games and trying to make sense of this new kind of emerging type of game. Hope you enjoy the video. Please subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and see you again soon.